Hi everybody in YouTube land, it's Crystal and this is the Down to Earth Mama. I wanted to give you a 1 week update so far. I am down 1 pound, so I went from the 185 to 184. So not the best. I was hoping for a little bit more, but I didn't do the best with my food. So it's probably why I didn't see more of a weight loss. So I do want to share with you what I ate throughout the week, what I did. I didn't eat breakfast. It's just kind of easier with my job. I'm not all that hungry in the morning, and I'm just like a get up and go kind of a person, and it's just easier to wait until lunch. And the client that I had was eating lunch at like 10:46, so it wasn't all that big of a deal to wait until closer to 11 to eat. So then for lunch every day this week, Monday through Friday, I had a big giant salad. I would put either like a grain, like a whole wheat, like or grain on the bottom. Like one day I had noodles and I put nooch on top of them. If you don't know what nooch is, it's nutritional yeast. I love this stuff. It's so cheesy. I throw it on everything. So yeah, so I had like noodles with nooch, and I made that my base, and then I put my salad on top, and I have like kale in my salad and some radishes for my cruciferous vegetables. Because I know Dr. Greger is like really big on the cruciferous vegetables, so I'm making sure that I'm getting them in. And then one day I had a leftover veggie sub, and unfortunately I didn't realize until I was about halfway through that there was mayonnaise on it, but it was a hot sub, so I had grilled it, so I didn't. Yeah, it was a leftover one um, from a family gathering that I didn't eat at the time, and then I ate it later. So I wasn't happy about that because I don't like mayonnaise anyway. But I ate this up because I don't like wasting food. Um, Another day I had some leftover spaghetti. That was my daughter's spaghetti. It had some cheese on it. Ugh. So, like I said, I don't like wasting food, and I knew she wasn't really going to eat it, so I figured I'd eat it up. So that wasn't the best. For snacks, I had a ton of fruit. I made sure I had berries and other fruits, lots of bananas. I love noodles with nooch. It's my biggest thing. I had grits with nooch, and that was really good. I'm like falling in love with grits and putting different things on there. I had popcorn. I had those Italian, they're not Italian, they're Indian, the onion pakoras, I think that's how you pronounce it. So I had those for a snack, and I had them with some Just Caesar dressing. So that wasn't exactly the best. And then also for some snacks, I had like baked potatoes, nooch, all that stuff. Um, my dinners throughout the week. Monday I had some corn, I had a salad, I had some Brussels sprouts, and my fiance brought home some Chinese food, and he gave me some vegetable fried rice. There was no egg in it, thank goodness. I looked. Um, my calories for that day, I had 1,333 calories. My carbs were 208 grams at 62%. My fat that day was 31 grams at 21%. And then my protein was 56 grams and 17%. Tuesday, I had an Amy's Veggie Burger with some whole wheat bread. I got Dave's Killer Bread, the sprouted grain. And I had some yam and golden potato french fries that I made up in the air fryer. And I had dipped mustard. I love dipping them in Dijon mustard, so it was good. So my calories for that day was 1,526. My carbs were 270 grams. 68% of my calories were carbs. My fat was 16% at 27 grams, and my protein was 62 grams and 16%. Wednesday, I had baked beans on bread. I figured I'd try that. I saw that a lot of people in the UK and everything like baked beans on toast, so I thought I would try it. And then I had some green beans and some more potatoes. And my calories that day was 1,369. My carbs were 252 grams at 73%. My fat was 21 grams at 14%. And my protein was 41 grams at 12%. Um, Thursday I made chickpea salad. So I made with some just mayo dressing, and I kind of did like half dressing, half the mayo, and half Dijon mustard. So it wasn't all mayonnaise. So, and I threw in mushrooms and celery and onion, and I made that all up, and it was so delicious. So I made a chickpea melt, and I made it with chow cheese because I just love chow cheese, and I had to get rid of it in my fridge. And then I had some cooked carrots on the side because my daughter loves carrots. The coolest thing being a mom is when you put a plate full of stuff in front of your kid, and the first thing she goes for is the veggies. It's like, yes, win. So that day, my calories were 1,800, and my carbs were 316 grams at 68%. My fat was 36 grams at 18%, and my protein was 62 grams at 14%. Friday I cheated. I got Taco Bell, but I got everything with beans instead of beef, and I got it fresco, and I had 3 crunchy tacos and a black bean burrito, and they were all fresco. And I've been drinking instead of soda. I've been drinking the LaCroix, the flavored water. It's like the pineapple stuff. So trying to get used to it without sugar, because I know soda's just bad for you. So I had Taco Bell, and my calories for that day were 1,684. My carbs were 263 at 61%. My fat was 49 grams at 26%, and my protein was 54 grams at 13%. Saturday we went out for breakfast to a buffet, so that wasn't the best. But what I had was some really awesome food. So they had like little home fried potatoes, and they had some veggies. So I put some sauteed it was like onions and green peppers on top and some sauteed mushrooms. I threw salsa on it. Then I had grits, and I had half of my daughter's bagel, and I put apple butter on that. And I had a big bowl of fruit, and then I went up for seconds, and it was so good. And I had some decaf coffee because I don't like caffeine. And that was great and delicious. So that's what. And then we went out for paint night later that day, and we went to like a bar slash thing. So I had some wine while we did our paint night thing, and yeah, I had 2 glasses of wine there. And then my fiance decided to get some Corona, so I ended up drinking like a 6-pack of Corona for my dinner. And so that wasn't the best, and I'm trying to cut drinking out, but sometimes it's so hard because you have a long week. You just really want to drink, and it was all in fun. So that day, my calories because of the alcohol was 2,568. My carbs were 337 grams at 75%. My fat was 28 grams at 14%, and my protein was 49 grams at 11%. And then Sunday, I was a little hungover. So my breakfast was not great either, and that was I had those onion pakoras with the Just Ranch or the Just Caesar dressing, and then for lunch we actually stopped at a food truck when we went out to Lowe's, and it was a new one, and it was South American food, and they had a vegetariano arepa. That's how you pronounce it. And it had black beans and fried plantains. Oops, sorry, it's a work email. And fried plantains and avocado, and it was in this really greasy bun. And then I had yuca French fries for the first time, and I'm in love, yuca French fries. And then on the way home, my daughter's asking for ice cream, so we stopped at the ice cream store because my fiance loves ice cream. And just by chance, I asked them if they had some almond milk ice cream, and they did, and it was in the back. They didn't even have it out. And then on the way out, I looked on their message board, and down in the little bitty corner, it said, "We now have vegan ice cream." So, score, we got, it was only one kind, and it was an almond milk. It was like a vanilla bark. It had like little chocolate chips and peanuts in it. So it was good. So we had that. My daughter had a cone. And we live out in the middle of nowhere in a complete farm area, so it's, to have a vegan option of ice cream at the ice cream store was like fantastic. So yesterday, then Sunday, was my calories were 1,676. My carbs that day were 230 grams at 53%. My fat was 70 grams at 37%, and my protein was 43 grams at 10%. So I haven't been as low fat as I'd like to be. It's hard. I'm trying to keep everything as whole food plant-based as possible. I had no dairy this week, so this was 1 full week of absolutely no dairy. And I think my face has still broke out a little bit because I think I'm still cleansing out I had a root beer float the previous weekend when my fiance wanted to stop for ice cream, and so it's hard, when you have somebody that you live with and they don't eat the same way as you, and then they want to do that. So it's like, I have slip ups and I'm not perfect, but I would say, 95% of everything that I eat is completely, plant based, and I'm trying to make 90% of that whole food. So I'm working on it, and I stopped at my local health food market this morning. Since I'm kind of low on hours at work this week, since school's off and transitioning to summer hours, it's a mess. So I have like 5 hours of work this week, which kind of sucks. But I stopped at the Lemon Street Market in Lancaster because that's the city that's down the road, and I live in Pennsylvania, and so this is pearled farro organic. You can see it only cost a few dollars. This one was $3.67. I'm going to try that. I've never tried farro before. And then I have whole barley, also organic, and this bag was $1.75 of barley. So I'm going to maybe make a soup, and I can put some barley in it. Maybe I can make like a vegetable soup with barley. And I'm going to work on eating that stuff this week and I like trying new foods and incorporating new foods and, yeah, being creative with dinners. And, my daughter, even though she's 3.5, she's actually getting a whole lot better at trying food. She's not that bad. She'll try something at least once, and she'll let me know if she doesn't like it or not. And, yeah, so hopefully I'd like to do a taste test with her this week, and I'll post that video we have a new vegan meat substitute from Aldi, so we are going to give that a try, and I will have that video for you later this week. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much.